also been the one of the best projects in 2018. Let's move to the next speaker, Ms. Farouz. She is from IEEE Tunisia section, and she is ambassador of IEEE CMD Humanitarian Project Contest, and she is the chair of IEEE and IT Student Branch as well. Since September 2018, she is also a part of IEEE West Region 8 Student Representative Subcommittee and also IEEE Region 8 Humanitarian Committee. Since September 2018, she also serving as has been serving and working as an ambassador of IEEE CMD Humanitarian Contest. And the final one, myself, that is chair IEEE Humanitarian Contest and Program for 2019 further on. So let's move. I would like to welcome Mr. Hamza to start with the overview of IEEE IAS and the program and how IEEE IAS and this program is very effective for you. He will be telling about that stuff, and after that we have the next speaker. So I will welcome Mr. Hamza to move on his presentation. Welcome, Mr. Hamza.
Thank you very much. I hope all of you can hear me. Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Mohammad Hamza, and welcome. First of all, I welcome you all to the grand workshop of IEEE IAS CMD Humanitarian Contest. I am ambassador leader of IEEE IAS Humanitarian Program of 2019. Let's start with the basic thing of IEEE and its quick facts. IEEE is world's largest technical professional organization dedicated to advancing technology for the benefit of humanity. IEEE and its members inspire the global community through its highly cited publications, conferences, technology standards, and the professionals and technical activities. There are approximately 0.5 million members of IEEE around the world. There are 123,000 student members, 339 sections around the globe. There are 3,285 student branches, 2,266 technical student chapters, 39 technical societies. And among those 39 technical societies, I will present you the Industrial Application Society. The motto of Industrial Application Society is to advance the advancement of theory and the practice of electrical and electronics engineering, with particular focus on the development, design, manufacturing, and applications of electrical systems. IAS was formed in 1965, right after the 2 years of IEEE, establishment of IEEE. So this year is its 54th year. IAS is the 5th largest IEEE society, have more than 14,000 members around the globe. The society has 416 chapters around the globe. We can determine the uniqueness of IEEE IAS as it helps practicing engineers and researchers. It has 20 technical committees. It supports and development of local chapters and local student branch chapters. It has many sister societies. It helps to share the content and publications. It supports 68 standards out of 1,200 IEEE standards worldwide. It also helps students and other members to in form of student travel support. There is a distribution of IEEE members by their grade. There is 1% out of 14,000. There are 1% members are associative members. That 3% are fellow members. 16% are senior members. 48% are life members. 24% are undergraduate members, and 8% are graduate members. There's a IAS membership by the line of business. There are 37% of IEEE IAS members are from industry. 14% are non-industrialist. 45% are belong to some academia, students, researchers, or faculty members, and 4% are retired member or retired from their jobs or somewhere else. These are one of them is process industries. It covers the cement industry, petroleum and chemical industry, paper and pulp industry, metal industry, mining industry, and electrical safety. Another sector is manufacturing systems and development, MSDD. It covers industrial lighting and display, electrostatic processes, and industrial automation and control. The third sector is industrial and commercial power systems. It covers energy systems, power systems, energy coding and standards, power systems protection, and rural electrical powers. The fourth sector is industrial power conversion systems. It majorly contains electrical machines, industrial drives, industrial power converters, power electronic devices and components, renewable and sustainable energy conversion systems, and transportation systems. And ultimately, they are all linked with each other. Now moving towards the IEEE IAS CMD. CMD stands for the chapter membership department. There is a department of CMD in IAS, which the responsibility of this department is to organize workshops, webinars, and contests. In this domain of IAS, IAS CMD and Humanitarian Program Subcommittee initiated a humanitarian contest back in 2016. As the mission of IEEE is to foster the technological innovation and excellence for the benefit of humanity. As per IEEE, the first right of those benefits are for of your local community. Local community means the city or area you are living in, state or region. This word is facing many issues. I want to share some stats which are extracted from many resources. There are 1/3 population of the world have no access to the toilet. 1 out of 10 have no access to 1 out of 10 have access to clean and healthy water. There are 33% population of the world is facing visual impairment. This may be in form of sightedness, long sightedness, short sightedness. Approximately 33% of the population of the world is facing the visual impairment. 1/6 population of the world is facing mental disease. They are mentally sick. Rate of cancers and cardiac problems are growing rapidly. Approximately, as per resource, there are 820 cyber crime victims per minute. Natural disasters. 65% of the world have no access to the internet. Energy issues, agriculture problems. These are some issues and the problems we need to discuss. And so moving back to Usman, to proceed, this is from my side, and moreover, Mr. Usman will share with you. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Hamza, thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. I think we need to move towards the next part of the presentation, and the next part of the presentation is very impressive presentation. I think we will have some wonderful presentation from Dr. Sriram. So I would request Dr. Sriram to initiate his presentation, and before that I will share the privilege to him so that he can initiate that presentation. So welcome, Dr. Sriram.
Can you please give me the privileges of screen sharing?
Yeah, sure. I'm giving it.
Yeah.
Yes, I gave it to you. Please.
Right. Could you all see what I'm showing here?
Yeah.
I need acknowledgement.
Yeah, it's okay.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Usman, and good evening, everybody. I'm Sriram. I'm a professor and full-time product maker. I keep this term product maker. I build a lot of small products, and all of them are for the people, by the people, and of the people. I'm an Intel innovator, so Intel provides me a lot of support, and all the products that I make are mostly with Intel's support. So I can help you out in also getting those support. At the end of the session, I can give you some guidelines about how do we really get those kind of support, which will really be helpful for the kids to buy acquire the kits without buying it really. So I have my email ID here. I have also my YouTube channel ID here. You can contact me through that at the end of the session or after the session anytime. I'm more than happy to guide you or to mentor you, or to be very specific, with all my experience that I have. Let's get into the topic right away with a brief agenda. Innovation. What is innovation for the society? Some quick examples as in how do we build the products, tools and available opportunities, and then quick questions which we can answer for the session. I hope I am audible and I'm clear. Am I clear?
Yes, you're clear.
Perfect. Right. What is innovation? Innovation is all about new ideas, creative thoughts, new imaginations in the form of device or method. Right. Should the innovation be very complex? No. Whichever innovation is complex is not really reaching the people. So let's make innovations which are very simple. So this competition, when I went through the profile, when I went through the write-up of what this competition is all about, it's all about innovation, but for the humanitarian side of it, but for the humans, but for the society. So all these are going to be very easy, and I'm going to show you some of the examples that we have built, which are directly going to be used by the people. So that would probably give you and tickle you with some more ideas that you can build further. So you can see some of the best innovations that I have shown in front of you right now. All of them are very simple though, but very effective. The gem clips, the nail, the side stand of the bullet or any bike, which is very huge. And you can see that wheels are there, bulb. All these innovations are the best. They are small, they are easy. At the same time, they reached a lot of people, and this is what innovation is all about. This is what we are going to do as well, and this is going to get you a lot of usage for the people whom are really buying it or acquiring it. Let's get with the simple innovative projects that we have built. All these are going to reach the people, and we are working on making it as a product as well. We have patented few of them. We have published papers with few of this idea. I can give you all those references if needed. The first one is going to be for the people, for the drivers, for the navigators from one end to another end, smart navigation glove. This is the one that we recently built. Let me tell you how it goes in India. A few of you are from Pakistan, few of you from Indonesia and other parts of the world. In India, traffic is a huge concern, particularly if you take the cities like Bengaluru or Chennai or Bombay. Traffic is very difficult and very tight for anyone to go easily from one place to another. And if at all you go to a place which you are not familiar with the route, you are definitely dependent on the Google Maps. So most of the time, unfortunately, the people take the mobile out while driving, and that kills a lot of people, that creates a lot of accidents, and it is going to be terrific for the people who come in the opposite direction without making any mistake actually. When you lift the phone, it might cause accident for you. It might also cause accident for the people who are coming in the opposite direction, which is totally not correct. Last year in India, 1.8 million accidents have been reported because of just mobile usage. 2018 has created 1.8 million accidents. So we thought, how do we reduce this usage of mobile, particularly for navigation checks during the drive? That's one part of it. The second part of it, we get the pizzas ordered, and the pizzas are delivered at home. And the pizza boys who are delivering it are facing enormous trouble every day to reach the place, because they go to every nook and corner, and it's really difficult for them to remember routes or to identify the route right in the first shot. So what do? They delay the delivery, and if pizzas are not delivered within 45 minutes, we don't accept the pizzas, unfortunately. And 50% of the cost goes to the seller, and the 50% of the cost is going to the person who is delivering it. So last year, by 2018, 6.5 billion UK pounds have been lost just in the delayed food delivery. So you now understand, it's just not about money, it's also about the lives. And we combine these two to get you a solution, and this is for the humanity. We have designed an app, a very simple app, which actually uses the direction API. And then we bought 2 gloves. In both the gloves, we had microcontrollers embedded in it, and LEDs connected over and above it. When you switch on this mobile phone, when you launch the app, it automatically gets paired through the Bluetooth to the gloves, and the LEDs which are stitched on the gloves will start getting the intimation, as in you need to turn left or turn right. So these intimations are all real time, and most importantly, you need not take your mobile out. If you have to go left, the left LED will glow. If you have to go right, the right LED will flicker. And if you have to go straight, both the LEDs will flicker in both the hands. And it's a very simple application, yet very powerful application. And how do we do it is very simple. There is another part of it which you need to appreciate. If the distance to be covered for the next left or right is above 50 meters, the flickering will be much slower. To just tell you that, boss, we have got time to take the left or right, so drive slow. If at all you have got a less than 50 meters distance to take your next left or right, the flickering will be fast to let you know that you got the next right or left pretty much faster than you expect. So drive safe. So we are giving this kind of intimation, and all of this together, believe me, it just costed us somewhere close to $12 US, just $12 US, and nothing. And this can be made much better, and that's what we are working on now. We are prototyping it, and I'm going to show you the demo right now. You can see it right in front of you. Usman, you need to tell me if you can hear the audio of this clearly, so that I can repeat it in case if it is not clearly audible.
Okay, please start.
They've got an app. Could you hear the audio?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Perfect. Guys, just see this. Once the destination is set, the mode is selected as in walking or driving. You need to pair very quickly, and once the pairing is all done, get a go clearance. If you have a left or right, based on the LED.
Can you increase the voice? If you have the voice, you can increase the voice.
You want me to increase the voice?
Yeah, sure. Quickly, because the voice is
I'm increasing the volume.
okay.
The LEDs will flicker fast. Otherwise, it will flicker normally. It will let you breathe. Now here you can see that I got a left turn. It is less than 50 meters. Hence the flickering of the LED. And after that, I head towards the straight road, which is above 100 meters. It is actually above 200 meters. So here in our app, we have calculated it as above 100 meters, and both the LEDs will glow until such time the straight road covers the stretch of 100 meters or above. If it becomes the next right or left, whatever you take would be indicated to you through the LED indication. And you can see that now we are going to head a right hand side, so the right hand side LED is glowing. Since we have fast forwarded the video, it was a long walk, it was about 700 meters. You can see that the flickering appears faster, but it will appear much more faster when you go less than 50 meters. That will be clearly visible shortly, which you can also observe right now. And one important point for you to understand is we are getting all these feeds from Google Direction API, and all the data, whatever is being given by Google, is extracted by us completely, and we are using it in our system, and that's all shown in the right hand side of your screen. And you can see that the flickering is fast right now. This is what I referred some time back. This was taken nearby location, and it was a heavy traffic time last evening. Since there is a light delay there, we can see the snag that we faced last night for the recording. And all these happen real time. The data acquisition, the analysis, the update of LED status, everything happens real time. And this is the state road that we need to follow to head to our office if we are standing right now. All these updates are given real time. And one important point that I would like to stress here is you need not keep watching the LED. You've got a module for vibrator. The vibrator will let you know that there is going to be a change, so please look into it. That too, a left vibrator, right vibrator, both are there, so it will help you out in figuring out which direction do we need to really take. And that's the cool navigation cloud for you. Could you hear me? It is such a simple idea that we have followed, and now we have made it a product which can also accept the payment from the pizza to the pizza delivery boys. We have added an NFC card which can accept the payments also. Now the next product that I'm going to talk to you about is smart water. It's very simple, and something back when the previous speaker spoke about the biggest problem in the entire world now is the availability of the pure water which we can consume. In India, there is a lot of water available, but the quality of the water which we are consuming is not up to the mark. There are many methods available to monitor the quality, yet all those are very costly or very inefficient. Normally, what do they do when you go for analysis of the water quality in a lake or a river? They take a lot of boxes, small boxes, Pepsi cans kind of boxes, and they collect water at different places. They mark the boxes with 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of stuff, and they come back. They send it to the research labs, and the research labs take about 18 days to give them the water quality parameters, which include the pH, the nitrate, the ammonia, all this content of the, you can see that here, pH, dissolved oxygen, temperature, conductivity, nitrate, all these things they are giving, but it takes a lot of time really for them to give it. About 18 days is so huge. And after that 18 days, if you want to even correct the, or if you want to even take corrective measures, it is of no use because the water's nature would have changed already. If it had been rain there, if it had been a heavy wind flow there, or movement of fishes more there, it is going to be anyways changing. This is one part of it. Second part of it, we have got a nodal network method where they have implanted the sensors deep inside the water resource, and that is sending the data. But do we consume the water which is deep under the lake, or we are consuming the water which is in the surface level? We always consume the water which is at surface level, so it is not going to help us much. So what did I do along with my team is, we came up with an innovative idea, yet very inexpensive idea of building a boat. This boat is nothing but USV, where we have a navigation unit which will work based on the GPS coordinates. It has got sensors and microcontrollers. The sensors will acquire all the parameters real time. The navigation unit will direct the boat to go around the lake, and all the data will be collected real time, and it will be sent on to the cloud, and immediately it will be processed, and you will get a clear path map for any water resource immediately within few seconds. And this concentration map, pollution pattern, forecast quality, everything is done all in one shot. And what we have spent is somewhere close to 200 USD to get this completely built. And this has got the first prize in Cisco ID8 national level competition, where we have got first prize for this product. And we are now making it a better product, where we have also mounted drone on it in case we are having a area where the drone has to eject and then fly and take the water quality and come back. I'll show you that maybe in the near future. Once I'm ready with it, we are working on it. Now I'll quickly show you how exactly this product has been designed, and you'll be definitely happy to see the way that we have designed. It's a real engineering way that we have worked on it. And you see this here, it's going to be very, very simple, but yet very powerful.
Mr. Sharma, within 72 days of the Cisco ID8 semifinals event.
You can see it here. This is the first version of the board that we have made. It is all in the plastic throwaway materials, and you can see that it is a 7-up bottle that we have used in the first version. It is the Maruti 800 tire tube that we have used in the version 3 and version 4. This is the first version. This is a plastic throwaway material. This is a Pepsi 7-up bottles that we had. This is just the navigation unit for the first set of the trial run. And this is taken in our water body, one of the water bodies available in our university. And this was a very good success right in the first attempt. When you go further, we added the sensors to it. We just added sensors to the same setup that I'm going to show you right now, and that started acquiring the data, and the data went to the cloud, and we immediately processed. This is exactly what was the navigation unit. Just a microcontroller, and the navigation is controlled through RC, and it's all front, back, forward and reverse. That's it. So it's all done through the mobile, and RC is all working fine. So the next level is a bit complicated, where we added a lot of sensors there, and this was named as TARS V2.0. So here we had sensors. You can see that the wiring is a bit complicated here, and the sensor started acquiring all data real time, which was a big leap for us, and we started realizing how exactly the data looks like. So we had the sensors for the temperature, nitrate and pH here. Since the funding was a problem there, we used only these 3-4 sensors to collect the data. But all this happened real time, and that gave us a view of how exactly the data looks like. And then we started building this because you should withstand the turbulence. All these are taken in our own lab. We have taken the wood that was available, the pipes that were available, and we built a comprehensive boat, including the turbine. Whatever you are seeing in front are all built by us in the lab. And you can see that there is a tire tube there. This is a tire tube. Maruti 800, that's the lowest version of car in India we have, and that tire tube is what we have used as a floater. So when you build innovation, I don't think you need a lot of money. What you need to look around is what is available in front of you or around you, so that you can acquire it and then build a product to test it. What we are creating is finally a proof of concept and a prototype which can acquire you some funding at the later stage. So this has got us a lot of funding right now, and we are working on making it a much more rugged and a rigid product. So this is how we have started collecting data, and this is one of the simplest innovations that I can show you. I can also show you how exactly the data looks like. All these data are collected, and we have integrated with Google Earth right now, and it's all perfectly working, and this is how we can get the ClarPath map right in seconds. And all these have been tested with millions and millions of data sets right now, and we have created our own data set. Now, when you go with any innovation, you actually have a problem with the data set, but we do not have that problem because we have built it all ourselves. And again, I'm telling you, innovations are to be simple. This did not require much of the coding skills. This did not require much of the knowledge about sensors. We just learned it whenever needed, and that was sufficient for us to go ahead and building this project. I'm going to show you something which is much more interesting. That is the next one that I'm going to show you. Perishable quality tracking real time. Why do we need it, and what is this? Usman ji, could you hear me, Usman?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Perfect. Right. So I'm in a place called Coimbatore, and it is in South India, and we have got a great hill station called as Ooty. You should be aware of, or you should have heard about the term Ooty here. And we are the manufacturers, #1 manufacturers in the entire world for roses, plums, and tomato. So we manufacture it and we ship it. We actually ship it through the trucks and lorries every day to various parts of the country, and even we export it. But while it is being shipped and exported, 50% of it are getting already spoiled because nobody monitors the quality of it, and there is no cold chain monitoring systems available during the transport. So we came up with an idea of monitoring this real time, while also providing a solution which can let the driver of the truck decide which box has to be delivered first. We normally use a very simple mechanism of stacking it in. We push the boxes in, all the tomato boxes or vegetable boxes are pushed in, and we deliver it in the way that is pushed in the opposite direction. The last pushed box will come out first. The first pushed box will come out last. There is no logic, no science behind it. It is just push and pop. But nobody cares for the quality of the vegetables, and based on the quality of the vegetables, if we can deliver the product to the customers, I think that will be more useful. For example, if the tomatoes are going to withstand next 8 hours of travel, that can be delivered at exactly 6 hour journey, so that it can go to the customer at right time. If the tomatoes can withstand only 4 hours journey, they should be delivered in 1 hour distance where we will have some customer. So we need to analyze the quality before we sell it, before we deliver it. This is exactly what we have done. What we have used is very simple. We have used temperature, humidity, and water sensor. Water sensor is nothing but the methane presence is there in any vegetable, including humans. We excrete methane. So fruits also excrete methane. The humidity level changes when the fruits are about to be spoiled. The temperature obviously changes. So we acquire all these 3 parameters. We put it real time in the cloud. We have a threshold already available, and with that threshold being compared, we understand that this fruit can travel this much time, and it can be delivered in this particular location after this much time. So we have developed a simple system, and it is all about 500 rupees, which means that less than 10 USD is what we have spent here. And I have got the complete workflow here in front of you so that you can realize it. We acquire the data, temperature, humidity, and water. We have sent it to the node MCU, which is the 300 rupees, which is less than $5 microcontroller, which is all sent to cloud. We used a JSON script and we updated our Android app properly, where the location of where it has to be delivered is also updated to the driver. Very simple. I'm going to show you the demo right now, which will let you understand how this innovation will help the buyers, the sellers, and most importantly, how it will serve us in consuming right foods. As the previous speaker told, malnutrition is one of the biggest problems that we face in every part of the country which is developing. So underdeveloped countries are far more worse. So this method can help them in consuming the fruits and vegetables which are not spoiled. This will help us in avoiding this problem. I'm going to show you the demo right now, which will help you understanding the concept thoroughly. Here you can see that I've got the complete system set up along with the vegetables. We are going to monitor the quality of the vegetables real time. Here we have certain vegetables available, out of which we have purposefully kept some vegetables which are rotten. This is rotten, this is rotten, this is semi-rotten. Now we have got sensors here. This sensor will be capable of measuring the temperature as well as humidity, and this sensor will get the odor. So once the data is uptime, it will be transferred to the microcontroller which is here. My pencil is marking you that now. This microcontroller will collect all the data and it will be ported onto the cloud. So once the data is onto the cloud, you can see that the data is getting recorded consistently real time. So once the data is recorded in the cloud, the analytics will be made and the decision can be arrived, as in which box has to be delivered at which place. Now I'm opening my app which we have designed, and you can say that after some point in time you will get the grade for each box. Here the first box which we have has got the grade C, which means that it is having poor quality, which means that it has to be delivered at the earliest. Now where to deliver it will be the point now we need to address. Click address and it will immediately take you through the map. And here if you start navigating, it will also give you the complete path for the driver to assist him towards delivering it properly. All this happens real time. Particularly the decision making and the map update happens definitely in real time, which will help the driver to make the decisions immediately to deliver the boxes. Thank you. Here you can see that one final demo that I'm going to show you before I complete my session. I had a grandmother who is no more right now. She's the one who grew me up all the way by giving me a lot of confidence in whatever I do right now. One fine evening after our dinner, we thought she slept off, but she had fallen down in the bathroom. After about 4 or 5 hours, we found that she had fallen down by then, and it was already late. The golden hours were lost, and whatever treatment we gave her was of no use, and she passed away. She would have preferred to die immediately instead of this comprehensive treatment and trouble that whatever she has faced. The point is, the elderly fall detection systems are not available that much. Now Apple has started doing it, but it is very, very expensive that everybody cannot afford to buy an Apple Watch for monitoring the fall. And also there is another problem. Most of the falls are reported inside the restrooms or bathrooms, and elderly will not want to wear any sort of wearables inside the bathroom. Every 20 minutes, one elderly person falls and dies. This is statistics. So we need a solution for it. And then we came up with an innovative solution for this, which really is appreciable. I hope you will definitely understand how exactly we built it after I explain you. We have now taken it as two different parts of it. The first part, outdoor fall detection. Second part, indoor restroom fall detection. For outdoor fall detection, we designed a band wearable, where in that wearable there is an accelerometer, there is a gyroscope, heart rate sensor, and GPS sensors are there. Consistently, the elderly will keep their hands moving slow or medium rate only when they are doing normal activity, but when they fall, they are going to normally move it at a very higher rate, and we can understand that through the already available threshold values that we have recorded. So we will now use the GPS coordinates, and the heart rate data will be sent to the Android app, and we will alert the caretaker through a GSM unit call. This is first part of it. Second part of it, we cannot ask the elderly to wear this equipment in the bathrooms or restrooms. So what we have done is, we have used piezoelectric tiles. The piezoelectric tiles were laid over the bathroom tiles, because typically every bathroom will be 50 square feet to 100 square feet maximum. So the piezoelectric tiles will generate voltage when there is an impact on it. Like when you keep a bucket, there will be a voltage generation. When you stand over there, there will be a voltage generation. Typically, the elderly or anyone who stands in the bathroom will use 1 or 2 tiles maximum at a time. One tile they may stand and bath, the second tile they may keep their buckets or whatever. but when they fall, they will cover more than 3 or 4 tiles easily, and we take it as a mark to understand that they have already fallen inside the bathroom, and we alert the caretaker. We also give you a comprehensive, detailed heart rate report for the elderly person through the heart rate sensors, whatever we have had inside the wearable, that will help the doctors to analyze. And above all these, we are also providing you, based on the location, the nearby available hospitals and the route map of it, because during the time where our relatives or the loved ones are in trouble, our brain doesn't work the way it has to really work. And this is dedicated to my grandmother, and we have now built it as a product. We are now in talks with the wearable makers to make it real small. Whatever I have now is a prototype and a proof of concept. We are working really hard to make it much more smaller so that it can reach people, and the maximum cost of it would be 3,000 rupees, which means that it will be 60 USD maximum. Now that's the maximum cost that we are going to probably sell it for. So now my point here is innovation should always be affordable. Whenever you are making a product, whenever you are building a product, it should be reachable, it should be buyable by anybody. So the product should be built in such a way that it has to have the components that are needed, but yet at a very affordable rate. I'm going to show you the very small and the simple architecture that whatever we have built. I have got the wearable here that is going to send the data to the server. The processing all happens here, and then if the threshold is crossed, there will be a call to the caretaker. And inside the bathrooms, we have the piezo sensors, and the piezoelectric tiles will help you in acquiring the data, and it will alert the caretaker immediately. All this happen real time. I'm going to show you one final demo before I sign off my session. Hello friends, here we are going to show you the real-time demo of our fall detection system. We are going to simulate a fall, and we will show you how good or how real-time our system is working. For the system to work, we need to run our code first, and that's what we are doing right now, and the module has been run right now. The moment it is run, the system is all set to detect the fall, and we are going to simulate a fall from Kaushik right now, who is wearing the system in his hands. So you can see that right now he is simulating a fall here, and he is just acting as if he is going to fall. And the moment he has fallen actually, and the moment he has fallen, we are expected to get a call here in the GSM unit, and yes, we got a call. So our system is all perfect, and it is working fine for the real-time check also. So when the elderly falls, we will immediately get the call and alert to save them properly. Now our system has to be proven that it is working effective even inside the restrooms or washrooms. So to prove this concept, without even this equipment, without even this wearable setup, we are going to go into the bathroom and see if our proposed system is going to alert when there is a fall inside the bathroom. Now Kaushik is going to remove this, and we are going to test the fall inside the bathroom appropriately. Can you please remove it? Now the system is removed one after another, which means the wearable is removed. We have considered the matter of fact that the elderly would not like to wear anything when they are inside the bathroom. So we have removed the system, and the next step is to simulate and to test if our system is working fine inside the bathroom. Friends, you can understand that we are having an IR transmitter and receiver at the entrance of the toilet to determine if the elderly person has entered the toilet. And we are going to block the IR transmitter and receiver source to let the system know that the elderly person has gone inside the toilet. The moment you get into the toilet, and if you fall inside the toilet, we are going to get a call right away in our mobile through the GSM unit. So let's go into the demo right away here, and we are going to block the source right now in front of you. The source is blocked, and now we will have to simulate the fall. So we are going to simulate the fall inside the bathroom. So that's a sensor that we have used, and the plate will understand that we have fallen, and it will generate an output, and immediately we are getting a call right even from the toilet without even having the wearable. So inside the bathroom we protect you through the system, outside the bathroom we protect you through this system. So the wearable will help you outside the toilet, the system will help you inside the toilet. Right, the final topic of discussion has come right now. There are multiple tools available right now in the market. If you have affordability, you can use the costly stuff process, but at the same time they are very solid. They can even handle the industry level inputs. But if you want to just do the prototyping, I prefer you go with the Node MCU, which I am showing right now. There's less than $6 right now in the market. Arduino, as you know, without Wi-Fi, if you are building some products, yeah, that is useful. This is called the Intel UP squared board, a high standard industry relevant processing board. It's a development kit. It is costing somewhere close to $300. And if you are building a real good product and if you need this board, you can even request Intel through the devmesh, devmesh.intel.com. If you go there and if you have a proof of concept, they may even fund you this. That's how I get this boards. This is AI Vision Kit from Intel. Again, this is the best board that is available in market for any AI related with computer vision into picture. This is also available online, and $320 is what this is costing. But you can request it as a donation or as a gift from Intel, provided you build a prototype with the lowest version and show them that this is all worthy. And this is Raspberry Pi, as you know it. And this is MoviDS stick, which is called Neural Compute Stick. Any machine learning, deep learning models can be run here and trained here. This is also available for testing and usage, and multiple websites are talking about it right now. With these available toolkits, it is sufficient for you to build any prototype. And I'm still telling you, go with the prototype to a contest or wherever you go for a hackathon. Instead of just showing it as a concept, if you build it as a prototype and if you can get it as a product-like structure, it wins. This is how we are winning. This is how we are getting a lot of prizes and a lot of honors in the hackathons. Anyone can be innovative. Anyone can make products. Anyone can win. All this happen if you have right attitude and hard work in place. So good luck to all the participants and have a great time. You can reach me in this email ID, sriramkv@gmail.com. You are free to reach me out through my DevMesh channel also. I've got a YouTube channel where I have dealt and taught a lot of things for my viewers. So thank you all for patient listening. I hope I did not bore you guys. Usmanji, it's over to you. And if anyone has any questions, probably you can ask me right now. I'll try to answer. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Sriram. For the moment, like we do have some questions for you. So I will ask the question one by one from you, like after 10 to 15 minutes for your question answer. So the first question that I got from the person that is the question is how to find a unique innovation or the innovative idea which will have huge impact. It's from the professor from Professor Patel. So he's from India.
I could not hear you. Can you please make it again?
Yes, I will. Are you seeing me right now?
Yeah. 1 second.
Okay.
I'll stop my screen sharing so that I can get you back on picture.
Okay.
Yeah. Please go ahead. Now the question can be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the main thing is like the question is how to find a unique innovation or idea which will have impact huge one, and it's a question from
Hello.
Okay, I will ask on his behalf. The first question is how to find unique.
Right, I got the
innovation.
Question and I can answer you right now.
Idea.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll answer you that. I got the question. First thing, thank you for the question. It's a very valid question. From the time you wake up in the morning till the time you sleep, you are facing some problems every day. It can be with respect to your driving, it can be with respect to your food and things, it can be with respect to the comfort that you face, the parking, whatever. You face a lot of problems every day. I'll tell you a simple innovation that we built right now, recently. When we drive in the night in India, probably in two-wheelers, insects fall on our eyes. You may suggest that put the helmet window properly, windshield properly, but that doesn't work most of the time. So we have now innovated by having ultrasonic sound sensor that will produce the sound that will not kill the insects, but it will send the insects away. So this is such a simple example that I can tell you how do we build innovation. So you have a lot of problems right every day from morning till you sleep. Pick up one of those. When you have that problem, when you identify that problem is also there for the rest of the people. That's how innovation is being done. And yes, when you solve that problem, when you get a solution for it, I think that goes very well in the market. Hello?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So moving so you conclude your answer for your side. So we are moving to next question.
Yeah.
The next question is from Narendra Ramya, and question is this project basically through mobile application? The project you shown in your presentation.
No, most of the projects that we are building is not just mobile application. Mobile application is one of the components for it. All the projects that I have shown you. Yes, we develop an Android app because the end user has got the Android app, but it is all about electronics and IoT that we believe more on. Mobile application is an add-on. It will still work without mobile application. If you are building just a product as mobile application, I don't think you will have a lot of market.
Okay, fine. And the next question is from Harsh Patel, and he's asking, is smart traffic system project? He's asking,
Come again?
Yeah, is it right to put smart traffic system project to any contest?
What kind? Traffic is a big word actually. It's a buzzword and it's a huge word. What in traffic are you going to solve? Are you going to solve the problems with respect to the ambulance? Are you going to solve the problem for the drivers? Are you going to solve the problem for the pedestrians? What are you going to solve is more important. Instead of calling it as a huge topic as traffic, you should pinpoint to the solution that we are trying to solve. Solving a huge problem is very difficult in a contest. So take a smallest area, solve it better. I think that will get you the better solution.
Yeah, exactly. Traffic is a vast field. You can also consider traffic in form of data, like internet is also a traffic. Website is also a traffic.
Exactly, precisely. And people who are too much technical will now ask a question: what are you talking about? Is it about the data traffic? So when you talk about traffic, you should be very careful.
Okay. And the next question is the project needed to be published as patent?
You cannot publish it as a patent. You should file it as a patent. First term is a wrong term that we have used. So yes, it is better if you can file a patent request in your respective country because the innovation will be registered in your name. But again, filing patent is no easy. It will require a lot of time. Any country, particularly India, it takes about 4 to 5 years to get a patent completely granted. But there are multiple steps available. Once you publish the patent, which means the patent office has got steps. First, you will go with the non-provisional filing, then provisional filing. Then they have their own journal where they will publish the patent idea, and then they will come for examination where they will allot you the patent. So it is a 4 or 5 years process. But once halfway through, I think you can publish that work also as a research paper in leading research journals. But before, if you have an idea for going for a patent, you should not publish it before it really crosses 50% of the patenting process.
Okay. Next question is how to deal with the dependencies which might increase the cost of the product. For example, AWS EC2 for cloud-based analysis.
Correct. That's a very vital question. Anybody who is building embedded system-based application will have this problem. This is called a trade-off. Now, for the contest purpose and for the proof of concept purpose, I don't think you should go for the highest version of available processors or highest version of available software. You prove it with the low-end version. You say that this is what we have right now in hand, and with the available funding, we have built this. But tomorrow, you may get funding, and in that case, you can build it better. For a contest, I think you need to do with whatever available freeware, whatever the lowest version of hardware that is efficient. Later on, you will have to go with the biggest versions.
Okay. Based upon the funding, next question rises. Sir, will we get any funding from Intel for innovative project idea?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I in fact wanted to answer this earlier. Intel has got a huge forum called as Intel Student Ambassador Forum. Any student from any part of the world, be it India, be it Pakistan, be it Asia, any country, any continent, you can become a student ambassador after a comprehensive interview and the test that they conduct. And once you are through in that, and once you get yourself qualified as an Intel student ambassador, you will get funding, you will get travel support, you will get everything and anything that you want.
Okay, and next question, can we just file a patent for just the idea, or we need to like put some project?
That is not preferable normally. They still do that, but in case your idea is not implementable later on, that will be waste of money and time, because what you think may not work. So have an initial prototype and then go for patenting. That's my suggestion.
Okay, next question, is it important to bring new idea? Can we upgrade the already projected idea?
Super. This is a very good question. I appreciate the view. When I build a product, if the product's fundamental idea belongs to somebody else, when we upgrade, I think it is ethically correct to ask them before we start working. Because if it is somebody else's product and if you are upgrading it without their permission, I don't think it is ethically valuable and valid. The problems will be avoided when you are starting some project from the scratch and you upgrade it yourself whenever needed. So if you have some idea which you think you can really expand further, which is going to add a lot of value, collaborate with the person who has already published it, and that's the best way to avoid conflict of interest later.
Okay, the Harsh asked again, in system smart traffic system, first we solve congestion with emergency vehicles after we solve pedestrian problems.
Yes, this is a problem that most of the countries are facing right now. You can solve it. There are a lot of papers already available about handling the emergency vehicles, the ambulances, etc. How are you going to be different from the existing solutions is most important. Use AI as much as you can, then your solution will be far better. You need to use AI and computer vision, I think, to get it slightly different from the available solutions, but do not repeat anything which is already available. That will not add any value.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I think all of questions are covered. If anyone
Yes.
have any questions furthermore, please you may ask. You are open to ask. Any one of you have any other questions other than this
Any questions?
related to Intel innovation, something else?
Yes.
Because this session is about how to design a product. So for development in a product, you may ask any type of questions. Doctor is here, so he will answer you briefly. Any one of you? Yeah. Next question, guys. Is Intel Student Investor Program same as AI Developer Program?
No, they are different. AI Developer Program is just a subset of Intel Student Ambassador Program. It covers a vast more parameters. So just Google it, Intel Student Ambassador. The first page gives you every information. If you cannot get, you ping me back in my email ID that I have shown you. I'll guide you through. Intel Student Ambassador has got much more focus, much more funding. Many training programs are available. It's a much more active group. We have got so many student ambassadors all over the world. And Intel Innovator is a step ahead. If you have become a professional, if you have completed your course, and if you have joined a company, or if you have started your own business, yet you want to contribute to the technology world, like what I'm doing right now. I'm a professor, I do a full-time work, but still I'm an innovator for Intel. So which means that I'm still working on many products on my own, which are related to Intel, and they have qualified me as an Intel innovator, and they sponsor me for the travel. They give me all the fundings wherever I want to travel. The kits that are available, whatever with me, are all sponsored by Intel. So that's how they fund you, and that's how they help you. And any technology support, if I want, I will be connected to the Intel topmost people who are technically very strong to get that answered. So it's a forum where you can learn consistently. That's the first benefit that you will get. The second benefit is funding. The third benefit is the kits and the software support available is really plenty, which I'm really happy about.
Okay. The next question asked, hello sir, how do we keep our innovation as small as possible?
Yes. When I have shown you the demo, the first demo, whatever I think I have shown you, is all about the navigation gloves. It's such a small innovation. The problem that you are solving will actually decide how much smaller or bigger your innovation has to be. And it is actually a hypothetical question indeed. So innovations, the size of the innovation cannot be actually defined. The problem that we have solved is very huge with respect to the navigation glove, but the product that we have made is very small. So it depends. So you need to start with making a very small proof of concept in the breadboard stuff, and then make it a PCB based stuff, and you can make it really small. Now tools are available. So the question has to be answered this way. If the innovation is even large, you can make it smaller in terms of implementation, step by step. That needs a bit of practice. If you need any help with respect to any innovation that you are doing to productize it, you let me know. I will help you. I have got some people who are really specialized in it. Hello.
Sorry, like I was offline just because of the internet facility. The question is there any chance of adding AI to foreseeable quality tracking?
Come again. I didn't get it. Your voice is still breaking.
Okay, you can hear now. Is there any chance of adding AI to foreseeable quality tracking?
Yes, we can do that. AI is a vast topic again. What in AI are you going to do? Are you going to use neural network? Are you going to use computer vision? Are you going to use computer image processing, digital image processing? We can use AI in all these fields. Yeah, I can use image processing to understand the quality of the perishables, but that will be complex. When you are building an application, that's not complicated in terms of processing also, because the processing power will be more. So in that case, just acquiring the data, process it locally is sufficient.
Okay, so I think we tried a lot for asking questions from the participants. I know,
Yeah.
I think if someone has a question finally, so it's okay. Otherwise, we'll move to the next slide. I think we can just have one thing for that. After that, we'll move towards the next slide. But I just got a question from someone. Like, is there any space where we can get software assistance for our product, which mechanical product having software section as a part?
I didn't get the question. It was breaking. Can you repeat it? I'm sorry.
Okay. Is there any space where we can get software assistance for our product, which mechanical products have software section as a part?
Yes, you can get a lot of assistance. Please visit DevMesh, DEVMESH. I'm typing it right now.
Yeah, sure.
DevMesh.info.com.
It's great if you can write over there in the chat to the all, so that
Yes,
all the attendees may get approved to that.
DevMesh.intel.com. You just register yourself there, and I have just typed it. You just register yourself there, post your question. There are a lot of intelligent people who are better than me to answer this question actually.
Okay. So
They have the complete code. They have code. They have design. They have everything uploaded there. It's an open forum where knowledge sharing is happening like anything. So just visit there. You will get about 5,000 projects which relates to mechanical, civil, and even chemical engineering are being dealt there.
amazing, amazing. That's the amazing thing that you can share. You shared already with us, because a lot of the students over here have interest that they can do something while combining, while connecting their research or their ideas to the technology. So this is amazing that you already shared with us. So
and there are engineers who are looking for collaborators also there. You can even collaboratively work with them.
amazing, amazing. That's a great thing that you have shared with us. So it's a great opportunity to have over here today with us and having questions from your side, and it's a very session, it's an interactive session that the students having the question from their side, like it's about 21 questions they have been asked from you. That's amazing.
Thank you very much, and I thank you for the opportunity, Usman. It's a great honor and an opportunity for me to really talk to good people like you.
Yeah, but for the moment, let's move towards the next part of the presentation. So now we have the presentation in which in the start we have some short video about the contest. I will share with it, share that with all of you guys. So let's have a video. For that, I give the privilege to Hamza so that we can open the video over there. Hello, Hamza, can you open the slide? Okay, everyone is hearing me or not? Hamza, can you move to the next slide?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, try to open the slide so that I can move on there, because I'm not seeing anything on that slide currently. So that this is the eligibility part, eligibility part. So here, what we need for that we need to have all graduate and the undergraduate members. This project is open for all the graduate and undergraduate student members. On the other hand, you have the very much important part, that is individual with the leader, with the advisor. Advisor can be any IEEE member from the branch, or even from the section that you have been contacted with him, or you can have the like mentor. On the other hand, you need a team with advice. So it's very important. You need to have formation of team. And then move towards the next slide. So what you need, like submission steps, what the steps you need to follow. The first step is to make a team that already I have defined to you. But the next thing is write a strong proposal, that having all the details for the proposal. I already shared the details with you in the material attached, that what kind of proposal you need to make, like all the steps have been shared, and also we have shared the template with it as well. So on the other hand, the third step that's very much important, that is make a good video. And but that's very important. I should describe the video, what type of video you need to make. So video should be like that. You need to it can be like minimum 1 minute, or maximum it can reach up to 5 minutes. So the initial 1 minute, you need to describe one thing very important, like what exactly the problem you are going to solve. Okay. So in the first step, you need to describe the problem, and in the next step, you need to define the solution for that problem that you have defined as a problem for this contact, and how to solve the problem. And you can share your own videos, your own photos. Even you can add your own comments, like you are sitting somewhere and you can add the comments from your side, that what kind of problem you are solving and what exactly the problem, and how you can share that problem and solve that problem with your solution. So you can have kind of interview that you can add in it also. And the final thing what you need to do, that is the submission of project and the proposal online. So that for the proposal, you need to have maximum 3 things in your hand. And the first thing is the team, the second thing is the strong proposal, and the final thing is the good video, and then click on submit, and that's what you do. Let's move to the next steps. Move to the next slide. So the most important part for the volunteers that we really need to meet and is the part of encouragement that we used to do in IEEE IAS Humanitarian contest and the program. So this year, it's amazing that I'm like working on the IEEE Humanitarian contest with a team of 120 ambassadors in the world and having approach to the six continents in the world, and on the other side we have approach to 100 universities with our contest. So it's a big massive success this year. It's all about the team and what our team are doing throughout the globe. Even till now we have around 32 or 32 and 3 kind of like workshops we have done around the globe. So it has impact, like currently we are creating impact and we have very good reviews currently. So what award you will be gaining after having this thing, that is you can go to the the top winners of this contest will be invited to the IEEE IAS annual meeting for the presentation, and after that the second thing is having cash prizes or the funding for your final for the project implementation that you can do somewhere in your local area, what you are thinking about. So your project can be like in the initial phase, it can be in the second phase, or it can be in the mid phase, or it can be in the end phase. So it's not limited that can stop you to apply that your project can be in the final stage. So you need to think about that your project can be in a stage, but having impact, that is very much important. So the last thing, what we need to know that's very much important, move to the next slide, that is the submission deadline. That's a very important part. Submission deadline is 15th of March 2019. You have to clear on your clock, and you need to work on the things on the project very hard. You need to work hard on your project till 15 March and submit it as soon as possible. You can got completion with your own documents and all the proposal and video answers. So from my side, I would like to invite Mr. Mahmood Masood from Pakistan. He is the one who won the contest in 2017, and he also having the lot of he have the achievement of best poster award even in the IEEE IAS meeting. So I would like to welcome Mr. Mahmood Masood, and I will share the privilege to him so that he can prepare.
Just confirm if you can hear me, and Usman, can you give me the okay?
Yes, I already give you the privilege, and we are going to just raise your voice bit so that everyone can hear in a proper way.
Okay. Just confirm if you can hear me, and we can start.
Yes, we are hearing you, but the voice actually needs to be improved. If you can improve your voice or you can speak a bit loud, I think that would be perfect.
Okay, let me check what I can do. All right. Kindly confirm if you can hear me now. Is it better?
Yes, we are hearing. Still, your voice is a bit. I think if you can raise the voice, that's perfect. You can raise your own voice.
All right, I will try to just make the mic closer and start with the presentation, because I hope it's audible now.
Yes, it's fine. Move on.
Okay. So starting with the presentation, it's about my experience with the IAS Humanitarian Project Competition. I was a participant in the 2017 edition of the IAS Humanitarian Project Competition. I'll start with the basic introduction of the competition. It's basically about humanitarian technologies, and well, you all know that IEEE's tagline is advancing technology for humanity. So IEEE and IAS, they both have a huge emphasis on humanitarian technologies and development of them. So this is basically to encourage and motivate the students, both undergrad and at graduate level, to develop technologies and projects with a humanitarian aspect. The themes of these projects are basically related to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which are in the fields of energy, water, health, sanitation, transport, and they can be like in water, agriculture, human security. And one of the most important aspects of this competition is that you need to solve a problem related to your local community. So every community has its relevant problems, which might or might not be the same in other parts of the world. So if you can somehow solve a problem which is relevant to your community, and then you can participate for sure in this competition. Now, Usman Bhai has very thoroughly explained about the application process. I'll just tell you about the fact that you need to make a very good video along with the project proposal. A lot of the applicants, they don't really care about the video. He also pointed out, Usman also pointed it out, that the video needs to be very good, and it must show at least a bit about the project. A working prototype would be a very good thing, but you don't need to have a completed project at this stage. It can be like 80–90% done and you can still apply for it. So a video would really help you in the process. About the proposal, just the most basic thing is that you need to ensure that whatever project you are applying with has to be related to the theme, one of the themes of the competition. It can be, like I explained you before, it can be related to any one, or it can be related to one or more than one, but still it has to be a humanitarian competition, a project. If it is not related to your theme of humanitarian technologies, so even if you have a very good project, you might not get to be a part of the IAS annual conference, and definitely it would decrease your winning chances. The technical details in the proposal need to be in a way that someone with a not like specialized knowledge of the field you're working in, but like an electrical engineer or someone from an engineering background can understand what you're telling in your proposal. It should have some technical details so that the person judging your project need to know that whether your project is technically sound or not. This is also important. And if your project is not completed, then give a realistic timeline, like for the next 2–3 months, in which it will be completed, so that the judges can know that you will have a project completed by the time they announce the final selections. Another really important part is that you need to demonstrate, or you might have already engaged with your local community, or you need to demonstrate how will you be engaging in the future with your project. Because making or working on a humanitarian technology won't help if you're not engaging with the local community in solving the problems. So this is really important. And then scalability is also a part. If your project is like very expensive and you belong to a developing country, it's not financially viable. So it does solve the problem, but then the cost factor is still there, and it won't be a scalable project. So that's a big issue for you to consider if you're from a developing country. And as I mentioned before, if you have already completed a trial run of the project, like even if it's not 100% done, do add details of it, and in the video you can add a demo of it. Okay, this is not. All right. About the proposal, then collaboration with local partners is going to help you in a way that if you're working on something related to, let's say, clean water, provision of clean water, you can work with a local NGO who's working in the same domain in your local community. How is that going to help you? Is that the local community will have an expert. Just wait a second, just the video not work. All right, so the local NGO will have knowledge about the problems they are facing and what is the actual issue. So you don't have to do the work which they have already done. You can utilize their experience and then help them with your technical knowledge and your project. So this is also important because engineers are good in the technical aspect, but if you're aiming to scale your project, the project you have proposing for this competition, you need to have a local partner at least to demonstrate that you have this capability in the future to take this project to the next step. Then also a short-term and long-term impact of the project. So if your project is like, if you have prepared a pilot project and you're done with it, you can demonstrate how it is helping your community in the short term. This is possible, but with some projects this might not be possible. So in that you can like tell how in the future this project will help the community. And this is like I hope you can see the video. This is the video we prepared for this project, and by the time of submission, we were done almost the 90% of the project, and we did add a demo. So that I think that was one of the reasons we got selected in the competition. Now about my experience, and I'll tell you a little about my project. It was related to health. And we made a robotic arm for amputees, and that robotic arm was controlled using nerve signals. So it was not something totally new because such arms are available in developed countries and they cost around $10,000. So the problem in Pakistan was that not a lot of amputees were able to afford such an expensive arm. So we aimed for a product that could cost like around $500, $600, and well, it won't have exactly same working capabilities as the $10,000 one, but it would provide the amputees with the basic 5 to 6 gestures, which is pretty much going to help them in the daily tasks of their life. So, and we were able to complete it in under $500. In the competition, we got the second position, and 2 of the project members were given travel grants for visiting the IAS annual meeting in Cincinnati. Also, in Cincinnati, we were given the opportunity to present the project in the CMD workshop, which has around 400 participants. In the participants, you have all sorts of students from all around the world. They are researchers, industry professionals, and it's a huge place to interact with the professors, with industry leaders from your area and domain. Yeah. On another day, there was a poster presentation, in which around 40 students from different countries who were chosen for the humanitarian competition participated, and in that poster competition we won the poster, or you can say the project won the first prize. On another day, we were also given a tour of Duke Energy Smart Grid in Kentucky. So this was also a very good experience because coming from Pakistan, I did not really have an idea of how a huge smart grid in a practical purpose would be working, and how the problems will be, what kind of problems they're facing and all that. So this really helps in understanding the workings of smart grid and the way Duke Energy had implemented it in Kentucky. And then these are some of the things you get to do if you get selected for the travel grant. International exposure and recognition for your project. So if you go there, you can write on your CV that your project has been selected for the presentation at IEEE IAS annual meeting, and this really gives merit to your project that okay, this project must be something that it did get selected for that. Then funded travel to US. You can find details about it, and then meeting with IEEE student members from across the world. There are like 400, 500 student members from different countries, and you get to interact them. It's such a great place to be. The 5 days of great networking opportunities. And then I'll end with this quote of Theodore Roosevelt. believe you can, and you're halfway there. So 15th March is coming up. Just prepare your proposals and your videos and apply for the project, for the competition. I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. If you have any questions, here is my email. I'll be happy to also answer any questions once these sessions are over.
Thank you, Mamoon. It's like amazing presentation from your side, having summing up all the details that you have done in the Cincinnati in 2017. So now we have the next presentation from the Region 8, that's holding called Africa and Europe. So we have the presenter from IEEE IAS CMD Humanitarian Contest winner 2018. So that is Feroz Khatun. So I request Feroz Khatun, Ms. Feroz Khatun, to please initiate her presentation. I'm giving the presenter privilege.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yeah, we are hearing you. Just you can open your presentation right now.
Okay.
Feroz, can you open your presentation, or you're just waiting something?
Yeah, here is my presentation.
Feroz, are you here or not?
Yeah, I'm here and I open it.
You have opened it, but for the moment we are not seeing the presentation in front of us right now. Can you share it again?
Yeah, here it is. So do you get it?
No. Still now we don't have any presentation in front of us right
So is there an issue? I don't know.
now. You need to share it from. You need to share your screen, like it's from the top left, left third one side. From the top left, you can see the third icon over there. You can just click on it and share your screen from there.
Just a moment.
Okay, I think you can try with that, but after that we can move towards the and then we can come back to you again. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good thing. So we will move towards Miss Amanda. She is from Indonesia. She won the first. She won first time the first award in 2016, and her project was amazing. And I was the one of the participants from 2016 to 2018, and then a part of the committee. So I am winning this award, but currently I would like that students they must present. So Ms. Amanda, can you please initiate your presentation? I can change the privilege to.
Hello.
Yes,
Hi.
I shared the presentation privilege to you. You can open
Yes.
your screen right now.
Okay, now it's opening. Alright, there you go. So you can see on the screen my presentation, is it?
Currently, I think we are not seeing the presentation from your side.
Okay, let me try again. I already opened up it and it's already on my screen. Okay. It's open up?
No, we are not still seeing your presentation.
It's not open up yet.
It will not, like,
Hello, Usman.
you can try, I think, that
Hello.
option, but currently we are not seeing your presentation. Uh,
Hello.
yes, we are
Hello.
here. Yes, we are listening.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm listening. So now I already open up my presentation. It now appears on your screen. So,
Actually, you are seeing this, the presentation in front of you, or you have been shared the screen.
okay. So
You need to share the screen from the top left, like the third option. There's an option of share. You need to share it from there.
okay.
You need to click on the share, and after that, you will find the share screen.
Okay. Share my screen.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
It's still loading. Let's wait for the load. Yeah, it's working now. Now you can open your presentation and move on. Okay, thank you very
Okay. So now, hi everyone. Can you see my screen?
much. Yes, they are seeing your screen. Nice.
Okay. So it's me, Amanda Julia Isa from Indonesia section. And here's my presentation about like 3 years ago. It's on the Portland in the annual meeting of Industry Application Society. Name of our project is Pondok Terang, or we can just call it with the English one, it's Smart Hut. So my team name is Garuda Malaka. Our presentation title is Implementation of Pondok Terang or Smart Hut, Renewable Energy and IoT Technology to provide sustainability of electricity power and disaster prevention at Mapur Island, Riau, Indonesia. Okay. So I'm Amanda from Indonesia, and currently I'm working in Telkom Indonesia. It's a government company, and have like first prize humanitarian project contest 2016 one back when. And my Instagram and Twitter it's in Amanda Julia Isa. So my email in here. We can just like discuss for my further like project. And this is the IAS moment at the Portland, USA, went back like 2016. I also have like the outstanding new chapter chair in 2016 and also best dress awards like in 2016 too. The introduction of the Pondok Terang. Pondok Terang, or we can call it smart house, suggests to naturally shift mainly to the solar energy. So we provide an alternative solution to cover electricity of the island. The island in Indonesia is named Mapur Island in Riau Archipelago. So why we choose the Mapur Island? Because Mapur Island is really beautiful island, but has like lack of the electricity. So Pondok Terang is our new mission statement to contribute of a more sustainable and equitable world. So we both like 4 IAS members, both students, young professionals from Indonesia. We went to the Mapur Island to conduct this Pondok Terang project. So we have the 5 stage here. First, we are planning stage. We have the discussion, and we choose the area that we want to implement the Pondok Terang first. We need to survive. It's like the 7 hours flight from Jakarta, our hometown. And we need like a survey for like like for a 2-week survey, so what they really need from us in the Pondok Terang. So after we know the problems, we are going to the testing stage. So the stage of a prototype we need here is to testing the installation of the solar cell in Pondok Terang, Napur Island. So after that, we observe its efficiency from the solar cell and the wireless sensor network. So basically, we have two different options of the Pondok Terang. Pondok Terang have the solar energy panel Surya, and then the second one, we need to improve the Pondok Terang with wireless sensor network that can help the fishermen to fishing and takes like a good weather or the not good weather too. After that, we need to do the installation process and the implementation with the video shooting. After that, we have the first step to work assignment to assign origin people to make sure that the Pondok Terang have sustainable in the Mapur Island. So the last step, we are trained the origin people to have maintenance Pondok Terang. So like we have going back again to the Pondok Terang after a year back, and it's surprising happily the Pondok Terang stay there, and then actually the others participants showed the YouTube on our video on YouTube Garuda Malaka, and the government spent like more others Pondok Terang in Mapur Island because of our video. So we are really glad to hear that Mapur Island have more others Pondok Terang from the government. So I will start to share my story about our planning stage. So that I already told before, we have like conversation with the local partner there. We have like a villagers and then fishermen, because mostly the Pondok Terang mostly helps the fishermen to know the weather with the wireless sensor network to keep their fresh caught in the preserve. So the planning stage means we need to conclude every single thought from the local personnel. After that, we need to testing the development of the process. So we installed the solar cell in the Pondok Terang. We have the documentation of the installation and design the implement public street light, because the main problem of the Mapur Island is electricity. So the first stage in the week, like a week, we built the Pondok Terang. And we make it like not modern looks, but it looks like a really conventional one, because it looks, the Pondok Terang is for everyone, for the local people. It's not just for like high-tech thingy or something, but it's like provide to local vintage ones. So after that, after the design and implement effective public street light, we are going to develop a wireless sensor network for disaster management in Mapur Island. This is the installation process. And the second thing is that we need to assign the local people what is Pondok Terang is and how to work with the Pondok Terang. Using renewable energy and IoT technology application, Pondok Terang provides the sustainability electric power. So we need to provide an internet access to supporting elementary school students for educational activities too. So the solar energy is stable for use in the Mapur Island. This energy is a type of energy which is required from the sun actually. We need to like brief the local people that the most commonly used medium to acquire this energy is by the use of the solar panel. So this work assignment, it covers the introduction of the solar energy itself, that the solar panel can be as an alternative source of the electricity. So after the planning stage, the survey was really important to calculate the decide where is the solar panel should be located. So we have the deal for the local with the local people that we provide the pondok terang in like the center area of the Mapur Island. This process includes to finding proper origin people who responsible on the electrical issues in Mapur Island. So the proponent proposed that they should study the factors that affect the efficiency technology. So it's also focused on the observation. This is the guy who we choose to because their name is Pak Mandri. Pak Mandri is really good in the electricity. So I think we think like they can like collaborate with us to maintain to sustainable the pondok terang in Pondok Mapur Island area. So the result of the project is the implementation. So we have the implementation of the internet access in the education central area, or we can like a small school there. It's like the level is for the elementary school students, and then we have the solar cell in the pondok terang itself. We have the specification in charge console like 12 till 24 volts with the 6 AQ and then the inverter. And for the public street light, of course, the main purpose of the solar cell to install the solar panel is the sustainable electricity for the people. But the power consumption is not to really, it's just like cover like 100 watts. But the good thing is the government is continue our planning stage in Pondok Terang. So now it's growth with like 1,000 watt there. So the duration time it's cover for the 7 hours because the main power from the genset general and area is like about 12 others. The technical description of this project is basically we have two different technology. First is the solar cell system that we already know before, and the wireless sensor network architecture. Basically, the wireless sensor network is provide to sensoring the every built-in gateway sensor node. So the each sensor node will work as the data collector and the gateway at the same time. The sensor node is also sends the data to the cloud server within like through GPRS or 3G. Is depends on the networks with the time interval of 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 60 minutes based on the battery level. So the battery level using the solar cell itself. Solar panel to continue supplies the power to charge battery itself. So the user can use the AirSense website that can be monitored and everywhere. The AirSense website is also provided in airsense.com. So the data will be recovered to the real-time manner. For the prototype of the best web information system could be accessed on the IP. And the full access of the features requires login for authentication for the exact person that we already choose before. The first step of this implementation is a sensor node have been installed in Pondok Terang, but AirSense website still on development. So now we are like we cover only the CO, CO2, and the temperature itself. We can basically have the weather sensor network in the Pondok area, Pondok Terang area is for the fishermen and getting somewhere closer for the rest of the weather. For the future plan, the entire node will be placed on the Bebak village in the other side of the Mapur Island, so we can display all the sensor data parameter with the more massive include the information. And the other highlight solution, we have like the AirSense website that we already covering. And this is the detailed specification of the wireless sensor network. The first one is the agricultural sensor board. It's deployed on the land area. And the GPRS board, also the sensors and the temperature sensors. This is our small solar panel that cover the wireless sensor network. We use solar panel 7.4, and then weather station, it covers on the top of the pondok trunk. And this is the result of the prototype wireless sensor network. We can see the air quality is good, and then yeah, because it's rural, because there's no pollution there, so we can capturing the part of the Mapur Island that we can conclude that Mapur Island is really good for the visiting, and then after we are making a good power humanity here, so everyone can promoting the travel and tourism in Mapur Island. So there is our presentation, and if you have more question about our project that we call Pondok Terang, you can just tweet us on also in Garuda Malaka, twitter.com/Garuda Malaka, or we can just emailing in garuda.malaka@gmail.com. Thank you so much. And back to you, Usman.
Thank you, Amanda. It's a wonderful presentation from your side. You have done amazing job in 2016 and you are trying with body contact. So thank you for your wonderful work and keep on doing such work. And we are seeing this kind of work this year. Looking forward to the next presentation. That is by Rose Fatum from IEEE Tunisia section, and she is she did amazing work last year and have the great validation in the area of agriculture with for solar and stuff. So I request by Rose Fatum to please proceed with her presentation. I'm just giving you the preview. Farod, are you there?
You listen to me?
Yeah, we are listening to you. Can you please share your screen now?
Yeah.
Okay, please.
You got the presentation?
Yes, we are saying try to complete in 5 minutes, so let's move to the question and answer session after that, okay?
Okay, should I start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Fatum from Tunisia. Hello? Are you listening?
Yes, everyone is listening. Please carry on.
Okay, I'm Fatum from Tunisia. Process student engineering in the National Engineering School of Gabas. I'm here today with you to present you the project that we won with the second prize last year with the Humanitarian Project Contest, which entitled Ecolo Irrigation System. Let me introduce for you the plan. We're going to start with the program description, the project description, time survey, the project implementation approach. Then I'm going to give you the project work plan, analysis of risk, sustainability, and undertaking. And finally, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the partnership and collaboration. Okay, as you see here, there is a lot of pollution. Actually, my city in the south of Tunisia, Gabas, is known with its pollution. So pollution in the air, pollution in the water. So every resource of water is becoming increasing day after day. So we thinking about how can we get aware people so they are not aware about pollution and its consequence. So we think to establish a project to minimize the waste of water and to control how can we irrigate with the exact amount of water needed by every plant, and to emphasize people about how can they respect the environment, the water, and the air. So we start about the workshops that we organized in primary schools here in my city. So this project actually worked on analyzing the risk of pollution, emphasize students to protect their environment through through organizing workshops in primary and secondary schools, like shown here in the photo. Then we make surveys about the most plants in extension here in my region, because as I told you that pollution is attacking everything, as is attacking the plants. So we make surveys with ecological farm, as shown here in the photo, to know the most plants they are attacked and how can we save them with the irrigation and the exact amount of water. So this is the first step in the project, was a National Day where we created delegates in the schools to carry on the work in that schools, in the 2 primary schools, to carry on the work after we leave them. So like we can list a group of people that will be like ours in our presence to carry on the project. And the first step was in technological impact, and it's about installing an automatic irrigation system in the school, like shown here in the page. It was a simple irrigation system with captors, the sensor captors that are implemented in the lab. So we can detect whether the soil is dry or humid and whether the plant needs the amount of water or not. Here, besides, the irrigation will be controlled through the level of humidity in the soil, which indicates whether we have to use water or not. The system will protect the water, the reserve, and avoid the waste of water, because at the amount when the humidity sensor detects that the soil is humid enough, so the irrigation stops. And it's a green system where the irrigation saves water, and its alimentation will be through photovoltaics, which covers the conversion of hot into electricity thanks to the imported solar energy in the city. So we're gonna have, instead of having electricity, so we're gonna install photovoltaics and use them like a source of energy. So moving to the survey gathered in the south of Tunisia, the most polluted and countries in our country. It's known globally, actually. The ecological catastrophe our community has faced over the past 40 years of industrial pollution. The hazardous emission causes acid rain with toxin landing in the groundwater. So this is the basic problem known in the city. That's why we are carrying, or we are searching a solution to protect the amount of water that we have nowadays. So the project implementing approach was adapting an automated irrigation system has become a necessity due to the lack of the water source. So the proposed irrigation system makes the efficient use of water, so we don't waste water. We just gather the exact amount of water that we need. The system contains a soil meter sensor, which acts as a sensing element in the system, a gateway unit, which consists of Arduino microcontrollers, which device actuators like subwoofer and pump in presence. So the Arduino will react here as the data processing element and will control the exact amount of water and whether the system will make it on or off. So here, a small video that we did for the project, so you can just see it, and to see, let me zap this, and just you can focus on I will show you the prototype as it is mentioned here.
Which will be used in the irrigation season. There are new cars which control the whole process. The car is related to the sugar series, which will convert the DC voltage into a lower power supply adjustable by the user. It is the pump which packs and represses the water. The humidity sensor detects whether the soil is dry or wet and sets up the system. When the soil is dry, the water is repressed and we get irrigation. When the sensor detects the water level of humidity, the water stops flowing.
This is the video that we submitted with the proposal. It's like a recap for the whole of the project. Here are the project work plans. So every project that you can succeed with should be based on a project work plan. So I suggest for all of you, if you want to work on a project, please do an agenda of a work plan so you can do it perfectly with no waste of work time you need. So actually, also we add analysis of risk, sustainability, and undertakings. This is also a basic part of project. If you want to succeed it, please do a risk analysis. It's about risk reduction, so you can reduce every risk and undertakings. It aims to implement a preventive system of breakdown. So we will use photovoltaic battery, like in this case, to power the system. So every one of you, please stick around this step of a project. It's so important to do it. Finally, I'm going to present you the partnership and collaboration. So if you want to do great project, do not limit your work just with your team, three members, 3 IEEE members, and advisors. So I suggest also, and I invite you to work with an NGO groups and local associations. Why not? They will give you some advices. They will let your work more brilliant. And with collaboration and partnership, you can go through your project. So like here, we use in our partnership the Red Crescent and Medinati Association. They help us doing the workshops in the 2 secondary schools. So I encourage you all to work in collaboration. And thank you for attention. I hope you're all successful. And please stick around your dreams. And if you have problems in your community, just think about the solutions. It's so easy. You can start from a simple idea and you can carry on. And why not? We have also, maybe it's our duty to help humanity and to go for the benefit of our community. And thanks a lot for your attendance. And you can reach me via my email here. And I'm here to answer you. And don't hesitate to contact me. And thanks a lot.
That's a wonderful presentation from Ms. Fairuz Khatun. She did amazing things and she shared a lot of important things at the end. That is one of the part of the contest, that you need to have a cooperation with the local organization. So here I would have that's very important thing that she shared over here. In the further in the context, you guys must have to see this thing very important and very deeply, that how you can cooperate your project with some NGO or with some government entity so that you can make that project wonderful or sustainable in the future. Mostly it happens that a lot of students or the university, they used to do like a project or something like that, but they don't have the cooperation. So the sustainability usually ends up in a month or in a week or in a year. So for sustainability of the project, I advise you all, as per the speaker advice, that you should have the cooperation with all the with some of the organization or the NGO that are working in domain with you. Okay, so for the next part, I am just having 2 questions from Nickel M. Nair. So how we can implement. So we are moving towards the final part of the webinar, that is the questions about the contest. Not about the contest, even it's a general contest about related to the contest. On the other part, it's related to the project as well. So we have the question, or if anyone have asked the questions, they may write the questions in the bar so that I may see the questions and answer them right now. So the question 1 is Nickel M. How can we implement these ideas among the common people in the society? So if I request any one of the panel members to answer this question. Otherwise, I answer this question at that. So anyone of the panel that want to answer this question, that how can we implement these ideas among the common people in the society? Anyone of the panel, they want to answer this question, how can we implement these ideas among the common people in society? Hamza, can you answer this question? Feroz?
Yeah, please, can you repeat the question?
I'm repeating the question, how can we implement these ideas among the common people in society?
Okay, so every idea, every project needs start from simple idea. So just you have to go through a good team that believes in that idea and stick around that idea, and then you can search for, like I said, for partnership or collaboration from NGO or some associations in your country, and then you can collaborate with them to implement it in real. This is within the associations or NGO groups, but within the IEEE, you can ask the humanitarian activity or the site. Special interest group of humanitarian technology, if you know it, if you already know it, I can share with you some the proposals of the site. You can send your proposals to the site or the humanitarian activity committee, and you can get funds to realize, to implement your project in reality in your community. And actually, in Tunisia, or originate within it before, there are so many good and excellent projects that start from simple ideas, and these projects will help the humanity, they help the local community of these members, and they ask the site and the humanitarian activities committee for sponsorship, and they give them and they implement their projects, and projects right now are running, and they're running.
Okay, Feroz, Fatum, can you share one thing, like what kind of like projects like people are doing over there, and how they are helping the community? So you can give you one of the examples. One of the example is your own case study, but I'm just talking about some of the bit more examples. If you have in mind an example that they are doing over there with the cooperation of Red Crescent on the other local organization over there rather than IEEE organization.
Okay, yes, I can tell you about the project that we worked on in Tunisia. It's called Tawasul. This project was sponsored by the site, by the Special Interest Group of Humanitarian Technology. This project involved exactly with schools in rural schools, actually, where these schools have never known the internet. So the project was to implement the internet in rural schools and to introduce technology to kids. So this project were based on the work with the small kids, the students of primary school, and we did this project from 2016. Started this project Tawasul here in Tunisia, and it's working till now. So 3 years from now, we are working in it. We implement ambassadors in every region in Tunisia, and we got funds from the site, and we did the project, and it's working and was successful. It's called Tawasul.
Okay, that's perfect. Now, I think we don't have any questions from the part, but let's move towards one side. I just say all of you that we are like doing very much like good work, right, in the communities around the globe. Okay, so we are thinking like very well for the community, and God will give a lot of stuff to us in the future. So don't worry about that. What you're doing time, but you are paying great efforts that will pay off in the future. So for the last and the concluding comments, I will ask Ms. Annette Benati to give her comments, because she just joined us and she is one of the founders of this program in IEEE IAS Humanitarian Program. So Ms. Annette Benati, please give your comments, and it's a kind of concluding comment so that we can move towards the closure of this webinar. Ms. Annette, are you here? Ms. Annette, are okay, I think if you have some problem with internet, let's move on to the next thing, and that's the thanks to all of you that you guys are here for a long time, and it's about like you can say more than 2 hours. So I'm really thankful to all of the team that was a part of organization. They have done an amazing job, and on the other side, the participants, we are nothing without you guys. So you did a great job to be over here, for being here around to us. So we are thankful to you, all of them, to all of you that you were here, you learned all these things, and you on the other side you are going to implement the projects in your own community. And let's have the submissions by 15th March 2019. Thank you very much to all of you. See you again in the next seminar or next webinar, because we are planning to have engagement with the organizations to cope up the problem with the kind help of organizations, so that we can do a lot of stuff and we can guide you in a proper way in the future with the cooperation of international big organizations or the industries like Intel and organizations and companies. So thank you very much to all of you again, and see you again in the next IEEE IAS CMD workshop that will be live soon after the contact. Thank you very much again. Goodbye.